Hey, what's up everybody, Kim here with today's Rock Band 4 DLC reviews. In this video we're looking at the Off the Charts pack number 6, and it contains 4 songs from artists I have never heard about. Well, except Imagine Dragons of course. Are the songs any fun to play though? Let's find out. And yes, make sure to check out the description for the link to our Patreon, every dollar helps. The first song of the pack is Attention by Charlie Puth. And yes, you're not seeing wrong, this is a single from 2018. So this is probably the first time we have gotten a song that hasn't released yet. The drum shall start with a 13 measure wait, and it later got a 9 measure break. After the first wait you get 1 pedal kick per measure, then you get a little bit more pedaling until you get a continuously slow pedaling section. You also get double hits on the snare for every other kick a bit into this. And then you get a long measure break before the main beat of the chart, which is a basic 4-hit beat on a hi-hat, with 1 pedal kick for every other hit. The only other beat you get is a hi-hat beat, with tempo changes and double strokes on the hits. So this chart is repetitive and interesting, and with all the measured and unmeasured breaks, I give the drum chart a 3 out of 10. The bass chart also starts with a 13 measure wait, and after wait you get long sustains. But other than that you get a really fun single note changes riff, which mixes in hammer-ons and short sustains. I have to say I really enjoy this riff, and luckily most of the chart is this riff. The long sustains does return once or twice in the chart, but it doesn't last long when they do. I would have given this chart a pretty good score if the start wasn't as slow as it was, and it also got some long and measured breaks, which is why I give the bass chart a 6 out of 10. The guitar chart starts right away with slow single note changes, which ends with a short break before the riff restarts. This does end with a 9 measure break though, which leads into a pretty tough riff, with fast 2-note drums or single note changes, which also got a very short break between them. I think you're meant to alt strum this, and it kinda hit a break into my enjoyment of the chart, since it was actually very tough. This section as well as the single note changes does repeat a lot in this song, which is not a bad thing if you can handle the 2-note alt strumming sections. This chart, like the other 2 charts, also got a lot of unmeasured breaks. I give the guitar chart a 6.5 out of 10. In summary, Attention is solid on guitar and bass, while pretty terrible on drums. I mean, stay a long away from the drum chart if you want something fun to enjoy. Be prepared for a slow start in the bass chart and some hard sections in the guitar chart though. I give Attention by Charlie Puth a total score of a slightly above average 5.2 out of 10. Our second song this week is Feel It Still by Portugal the Man. And the drum shall start with fast hits on the hi-hat, which turns into 4-beat beat without any pedaling. You do get pedaling into this, which wasn't super basic, but nothing special either. This is what you get in the chart though. Well, except one section where you remove the hi-hat, and only play with the kick and the snare. It's still the same beat as the rest of the song, just without the hi-hat. You also get a 7 measure break towards the end. So overall this chart is repetitive, but the beat wasn't boring, and the song is pretty short, so I give the drum chart a 4.5 out of 10. The bass chart got 2 riffs. The main one is slow sustained strumming, with a single note change between them. The other riff is more or less the same, just with more strumming than sustains. Like stated before, you don't get anything else than this. But in a simple and repetitive way it's enjoyable, which is why I give the bass chart a 4.5 out of 10. The guitar shall start with an 18 measure wait, and it later got an 8 measure break. The wait ends with the chorus riff, which is fun single note strumming mixed with sustains, chords and single note changes. The second verse is just long chord sustains though, but the second chorus and onwards does mix in some fun hammer-ons in the existing beat. The third and final verse does give you some slow single note changes though. So the chart is a mix of boring and fun sections, but with all the breaks, I can't give this chart a higher score than a 5 out of 10. In summary, Feel It Still isn't really good on any of the instruments. The guitar shot does have some good moments, but it also got a lot of breaks and some boring verses. The bass and drum shot is very repetitive, which is why I can't give Feel It Still by Portugal the Man a higher total score than a slightly below average 4.7 out of 10. The third song of the pack is Thunder by Imagine Dragons, and the drum shots start with some semi-interesting pedaling with double hits on the snare and toms. This turns into the chorus, which is the same beat, just with double hits on the snare and hi-hat, instead of the double snare hits. There is also some snare roll fills with tempo changes in this song, but it is a bit repetitive. The end of the song did make it more interesting though, with more tom hits in the last choruses and onwards. I give the drum shot a 5 out of 10. The bass shots start with the verse, which is just slow strumming with tempo changes, and sustains between each of the strumming. The choruses are chord strumming with tempo changes, with short sustains on some of them. This is what you get in the chart though, so yeah, very repetitive, and unless you're very new, then I think you won't get any enjoyment from this. I give the bass shot a 4 out of 10. The guitar shots start with a 9 measure wait, and it later got a 10 measure break. After wait you get the first chorus riff, which is long chord sustains with 3 slow chord changes between them. The 2 first verses are the breaks, but the second chorus and onwards you get a fun mix of single note strumming, with chord hammer-ons and changes between them. This chart also got 2 guitar solos, which both are very easy. The first one starts with a mix of a single note and a sustained hammer-on before you get some semi-slow hammer-ons, and the second one you get a lot of 2 note strumming with breaks between them. So, all in all, this chart is outright boring in the first half, and I was ready to write this chart off, but then the second half started, which was actually pretty fun in a simple way. I give the guitar shot a 4.5 out of 10. In summary, Thunder is like the other songs of this pack. Not super boring, but not exciting either. That's really all I have to say about it. If you like the song, then sure, but if not, then I can't really recommend it to you. I give Thunder by Imagine Dragons a total score of a slightly below average 4.8 out of 10. The last song of the pack is Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato. The drum shots start with a 13 measure wait, and it later got an 8 measure break. After wait you get double hits on the snare, which turns into the pre-chorus, which is a mix of double hits on the snare and fast triple strokes on the yellow pad. The chorus starts with pedal kicks, with a double snare hit between them, and it ends with a very slow 2-hit beat on the green cymbal, with the same pedaling. Other than that, it really isn't anything else, except for some same slow snare roll feels coming here and there. The chart isn't super interesting, but not really boring either. It's a good chart for someone that is new, I guess. And I give the drum shot a 4.5 out of 10. The bass chart started with a 13 measure wait, and it later got 2 10 and a 9 measure break. So yeah, a lot of breaks in this song. I would say at least half of the song is not playing anything in the chart. Is the rest of the chart any fun? Nope. The verses are just 3 very slow single note changes with a long break between them. The pre-choruses are the breaks for the most part, and the chorus is just slow single note changes with sustains on each of them. And that's this chart. I give it a 2 out of 10. The guitar chart is luckily better. It starts with 3 slow chord changes, but the difference from the bass chart is that it also mixes in some single note changes and a few hammer-ons in the riff. The pre-chorus is slow 3-finger chord changes, and the chorus is pretty much the same as the verses, just with more sustains on the chord changes. In the second verse you also get a long section with fun single note changes. And I gotta say I did enjoy this chart for the most part, even though it's not the most interesting chart out there. Maybe it's just because I'm starving to get some enjoyment from these charts. But I still give the guitar chart a 5.5 out of 10. In summary, Sorry Not Sorry is okay on guitar, basic on drums, and just bad on bass. Stay away from the bass chart. But if you want something simple but enjoyable, then you can take a look at the guitar chart. I give Sorry Not Sorry by Demi Lovato a total score from above average 4 out of 10. So, that's off the charts pack number 6. And I gotta say it's not very good when it comes to fun charts. A lot of breaks and uninteresting beats and riffs. It does have some shots that I did get some enjoyment out of though, but I can't really recommend this pack. I give Off the Charts pack number 6 a total score of a slightly below average 4.7 out of 10. But that's all for this review. If you did enjoy it, then make sure to like and subscribe for more Rock Band videos in the future. Also take a look at our Patreon in the description, as well as some of our other videos here. Tell us your thoughts of this DLC single in the comments, and thank you as always for the weekly support you're giving by watching. Everything I can say now is see you next time in the next video.